Hello, how you doing? I want to talk about this. The cartel, the United States government are one and the same. That's just the truth about it. Okay, the United States government is doing business with the cartel. You see that in the public records. When people register a business, they say doing business as such and such a name. So the United States government is doing business with the cartel. Okay, absolutely nobody gets to the border without paying the cartel. Absolutely no one. And I'm hearing that it's 6,000 and up. I thought it was 15K a person, but I'm hearing 6,000 and up. The cartel probably has more money than the United States military. Now, everybody knows if you're a narco trafficker, you have to control the police department. You know, the Mexican government will admit the cartel controls the police department. In fact, probably all of Central Americans will admit the cartel controls the police department. Now, the Mexican government admits the cartel controls the Mexican government. It controls the president, vice president, whoever's in charge. The cartel controls it. The cartel controls every government in Central America, period. Maybe except Honduras. I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure. But they control every government in Central America. So now they control the United States government. Period. They just do. They call the shots. They tell the United States government what the policy is. They calling the shots. In the United States, the narco traffickers always had to control the police department. Look at the narco traffickers, the kingpins from 1970s and 80s. The first thing they did was control the police department. The second thing they did was control the mayor, and then on and up. Okay, I've seen that before. I've seen where the criminal element and the police department are one and the same. I've heard that story time and time again from the people of old, that the criminal element and the police department are one and the same. That's why I know nothing happens. Okay, nobody's arrested. You know, every now and then they'll beat a black man up just for good measure. I mean, just to get attention, okay? The cartel is controlling the U.S. government. The cartel is the government, U.S. government is controlled by the cartel. And like I said, I've seen this before with the police department, and it's probably still happening now where the police department is controlled by the narco traffickers. I remember one, it took them, probably better than 20 years to get him locked up. And that is only because he went out of state. So now you have interstate. But he had the police department wrapped around his pinky. They're one and the same. The U.S. government and the cartel are one and the same. But look, the cartel controls Colombia. The cartel controls Venezuela. The cartel controls all of Central America for the most part. Okay, so now the cartel is control of the United States government, and it has been that way for a long time. It has been that way for a long time. Now, it could be that the exchange is drugs, because we don't have an economy if we don't have drugs. We don't have an economy if we don't have drugs. So we need drugs. We need fentanyl, heroin, cocaine. Even though it's killing our young people, we need it. Okay, because we don't have an economy. Because look, they have restaurants. Those drug kingpins have restaurants. They buy cars. Now, I know you've heard about the drug bust between Canada and the United States. That's only what the cartel allowed the DEA to do. That's because the cartel knows they have 14 million to go. Now this is interesting. Is that they can the DEA can bust a ring from Canada to the United States, but they can't even bust the one on my block. The one on my block is 4 of them, narco traffickers, and then down the street is 3 more. That's 7 within 200 foot radius of me. 7 narco traffickers. Now, within the neighborhood, there's one that's been doing for 20 years. Police haven't caught him, but they can catch the ones that's coming across Canada. But they can't catch the ones in my neighborhood. To understand the open border policy, you have to understand the cartel is calling the shots. Open border policy, all that means is that the United States government is going to submit to the cartel. That's all it means. The United States government is going to submit to the cartel. That's the open border policy. That's the policy of the Democratic Party, right? Open borders, submit to the cartel. Okay, that's really the translation. The translation of the open border policy is submission to the cartel. The cartel demanded the United States give illegals welfare. They got it. All of them on welfare. The cartel demanded that the United States government pay the rent for all illegals, $3,500. They got it. The cartel demanded they have unlimited illegals come into the country. They got it. The cartel demanded that the contractors, the white contractors, that's who most of them are, hire the illegals for construction. They got it. So the cartel is calling the shots. They calling the economic shots. They calling the shots for the government. Now, of course, the cartel is not going to get into this Bitcoin, all this other stuff, because, look, they're too dumb for that. They're too dumb for Wall Street. They're too dumb for the Bitcoin mess and for that little Shibu, that little Japanese. They're too dumb and stupid for that. Okay, but, they're just interested in the basics, okay? Control the United States government, calling the shots. That's what they do. The cartel runs the United States government, is in charge of the United States government, calls a shots for the United States government. And they have been doing that for years. They've been doing that for years. And you wonder why things are like they are. That's the only way you can understand it, okay? They call them the shots in New York. They got the New York government under their pinky finger. They got the California government definitely under their pinky finger. They got the Colorado under their pinky finger. Okay? The cartel does. Once you understand that the cartel is in charge of the United States government and all these other states, you can understand the open border policy. That's the only way to understand it. That's the only way it makes sense. Bye.